So Shinobi Striker just released their newest DLC, Jutsu, and with that we got the Three Tails transformation. And while this Jutsu does seem simple on the surface, there are some pretty things that actually make this Jutsu unique and may be useful in certain situations, and we're going to be talking about that, giving you a breakdown, some counters, some strengths, and some things that you can do with this Jutsu now. But today's dynamic question is going to be, what do you rate the Three Tails Jutsu on a scale of B to S, man? Let me know in the comments, and if something you might be interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, and let's go ahead and hop straight to this breakdown of this Jutsu. In order to get this video done, man, I want to give a big shout out to the man Kuhaku, man. Thank you for helping me with the counters. Okay, so we look at the Three Tails transformation. Basically what it is, you basically summon a water ball around you and then you transform into the Three Tails, spinning your tail and you knock people back. Now some key things about this Jutsu, it has a 14-second cooldown. It also has some pretty good damage and it has about the range of a sand shield, but you know, the tail kind of allows it to go out a little bit more. And basically you transform and you blow enemies back, and this is also unblockable, and you can use this airborne if you want to use this way. Now there's two parts to this. The initial water ball leaves you vulnerable. If you get hit while you're initially in the water ball, you're going to be able to get knocked out of this, whether it's like something armored, or if you get hit with a projectile, you're actually going to take the damage. Now the second part, when you actually turn into the Three Tails, is what makes this Jutsu pretty good, because you get invulnerability frames, which is going to allow you to actually phase through a lot of moves. Now this doesn't work on ultimates, but you're going to be able to deal with your basic projectiles and also any armored moves. And another key thing is that you can't use this Jutsu whenever you're in the middle of a combo like you can do with Body Blow. I do think this actually would have been a good addition that would have made this Jutsu a lot better, but all around I think this is a good change that they can maybe add to this Jutsu later on to make it a little bit better. Now some strengths of this Jutsu, I do think it's pretty good against charging Jutsu, so anything like Barrier and Barrage, or also if you're doing like the single finger thrust, anything like that. Also it's good with crowd control, since this is unblockable. This is going to allow you to get people off bases and just get people off of you, and it's also just strong against everything whenever you have the Three Tails if you can time this. But that's the only thing about this Jutsu. There's going to be a skill gap in a sense that you're going to have to get used to how these Jutsus time out, and you're going to have to activate the Three Tails in a sense, that way you actually have the full Jinchuriki out whenever the Jutsu is hitting you, so you can negate the damage. Now some weaknesses though is that whenever you're in the water ball state, you don't really get to tank anything, so any ranged Jutsu is going to work Fireball, either Majestic or even Inferno style Flame Control. Time Space Jutsu is also going to work like Heavenly Hand Power, Universal Pull. Barrier Jutsu are going to do very good against this Jutsu regardless of what the activation is. It's not going to go through Sand Shield, Water Pillar, or Dome Wall. And also Reinforcement Jutsu, so things like Rock and Needle Jizo, and Trap Technique, so Palm Rotation and Acrobat Technique are going to have no issues with this, with Particle Style having a very unique interaction with this Jutsu. This Jutsu actually does a good amount of damage, but whenever you get hit with Particle Style, for some reason the amount of damage that you deal with this Jutsu is significantly different. Now as far as some pure counters that are going to work regardless of which activation it is, whether it's the Water Ball or actually them being in the full Jinchuriki, is the Rasengan Connection. This has some of the best armor in the game, so this works. Also Flash Slice is a good counter for the range types, and the new Susanoo that we got from Shisui is going to work since it has a longer activation. Sukuna Hakona. Of course we have our things like Sharingan and Kamui, and another good counter is Thousand Hand. All around, if you're trying to counter this Jutsu, the best thing to do is to try to get them when they're in initial activation using the ball. Once they're in the Jinchuriki, you're not really going to be able to do much with this Jutsu. So all around, going off of all these things, I think we can give this Jutsu a final grade of a B+, just because of the invulnerability frames that you get when you're actually in the Jinchuriki state. I do think this adds a pretty good thing to this Jutsu, and I do think some people will find a way to actually get the timing down to actually be able to utilize the invulnerability frames that you actually get with this Jutsu. But let me know in the comments how y'all actually felt about this Jutsu. That's the main gist of it. You transform, you spin, you knock people back. Let me know what y'all think about it, if y'all liked it. I do actually think this is one of the better of the Jinchuriki Jutsus that we got in the game, and I'm curious to see what the next DLC is going to be for the final DLC of Season 8. But I did get y'all some gameplay. There's no commentary, but you can actually see me construct a build that I tried to use with the Three Tails Jutsu. Let me know in the comments any builds that you've been using with this Three Tails Jutsu, and I might make a future video featuring some of your favorite builds and put it on the channel, man. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, man. We up.